Carter Nelson's.
Oh, that's right.
Guess what has this transition been like for you as you're switching over to tight end?
It's actually been really fun for me. I think I don't know how many guys have played 4 years of college football, and they get to the 5th year, and it's like you got to learn like something entirely new. So it's almost like being a freshman all over again, except I kind of have some shortcuts. Knowing the offense, knowing what the quarterbacks want, what an offensive coordinator kind of wants from the tight ends, what the quarterback wants from the tight ends. So there's some shortcuts that I kind of have, and
You said it's been fun. What about it has been fun for you?
I think first off, changing my body a little bit. Being able to put on some more weight and see like kind of push the limits of like what my body can and can't do. Whether that be weight, like seeing how much weight I can put on without losing any speed or minimal speed, and just learning different stuff. Like I've never really run a route before, and learning from Coach Schwartz, from Coach Sat, like all these different guys who we have in the building who are willing to help. Like just learning little stuff like that has been really fun.
How's your comfort level progressing at tight end? Like, what are some things that may have been difficult for you at first that are starting to feel natural?
I think definitely like lining up in the box. Like you look out there. There's a B end outside, and like it's 1-on-1. Like I have to go block him. Like when that first happened, I was kind of I was a little shy. Like didn't really want to get in there, and I think as I've slowly progressed, like I've learned like. Just like being a ball carrier, like the easiest way for that, and what my dad's talked to me about for my whole life is if you take it to him, like it doesn't hurt. Like if you deliver the blow, it's not gonna hurt, and just having that mindset for everything. There's still a couple times where I'm a little unsure of like my technique or something, and I get they get underneath me, I get raised up. But for the most part, just trying to apply the mindset and the technique all together. That's been one thing.
How different is the perspective when you go from a quarterback, kind of seeing the whole field, to being sort of in the thick of it?
Yeah, it's a little different. Like, I mean, I'd say the last 2 years where I kind of started to take a step in, recognizing defenses. You're in the middle of the formation. You can see everything. You can see the safeties. You can see the linebackers. And now, like sometimes, like I'm on the far side of the field, trying to see. Like it's just a different perspective, seeing 1 high, 2 high, where the safeties are going. But then on top of that, like seeing like what leverage I have. It's a lot easier. Like from quarterback, you can't see sometimes like the leverage defenders have on tight ends or receivers, and now like I can see it, and makes it a lot easier.
If you look at the last 4 or 5 months and just going through the transition of quarterback to tight end, did you have to kind of go through a transformation about how accepting you were of like people saying, "Hey, you should try this position"? Because I'm sure you've been hearing that for several years, like just because of your athleticism.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's always been, even when I was in high school. I mean, when I was a freshman in high school, Matt Masker was a senior in high school, and like I'd watch Matt go out and pass for 500 yards a game. I'd be sitting there as a freshman, backup quarterback, like, oh my gosh, like I don't know, like if I can do that. And I would play receiver, and people are always, there's always just people saying like, oh, you should go out do this, go out do that. But I think one thing that I did a really good job of when I was playing quarterback was staying on track. There was, like you said, like there's always been people telling me that I should switch and do that, but like that's never helpful. When you're on a track, like you need to stay on that, and I think last year maybe started to diverge a little bit. I started to not wander, but just look over at the possibility of switching and continuing my career at a different position. And yeah, I mean, I don't think it was ever hard for me to accept the fact. I think I just kind of viewed it as like a new challenge and as a new opportunity, and that made it a lot easier to transition mentally.
How much did that? You played 30 snaps in a bowl game. How much did that help you? In what ways did it help you?
The bowl game was, it was cool, but I think it was all those practices. Because like you said, like 30 snaps or whatever it was in the bowl game, but I mean, I was getting 50, 60 snaps of practice for those 3 weeks or whatever it was like that. That helped me more than any game could have. I think the game maybe was a little bit more confidence boost, seeing like I can go out there like full contact, blocking. Boston College was a good team. They had some good defenders blocking, guys like that. But I really think it was those practices and the intentionality of the coaches. Coach Sat helping me, Coach Holgerson, like all those guys, like really pouring into me during those practices.
What do you maybe admire about Satterfield and what he went through the last couple of months?
Well, I was actually thinking about this the other day. I think Sat and I don't want to speak for him, but I think we can kind of relate to each other. Last year didn't go the way that we wanted it to for both of us. But despite that, we have people in a place that we love here, and if you don't have that, then it's hard to keep pushing through and to stay at a place. And I think we haven't talked about this, but just a year that didn't go the way that we wanted it to, but yet we adapted and kept moving forward. And now we're both in new roles and just trying to do the best we can every day to contribute to this team.
How has that helped you when it comes to making this transition? The fact that, the guy helping you through it has had a similar experience, like you said?
Like I said, we haven't really talked about that. More of it is Sat and I got really close during the 2023 season. That year was like a war every week trying to find a win. And so he and I just got really tight during 2023. He knows that I was going to do whatever I could to get a win on Saturdays, and I watched him basically live in the facility that year. He gave everything he had that year, and I respect him so much. That's a guy that I would go to battle for any day of the week.
When's the last time you thrown a football out of curiosity?
That would be Iowa week.
You were a quarterback your whole life. How weird is it to not be in QB footwork drills and throwing and
Yeah.
completely done with it?
It's interesting, but there's still some times where I'll catch myself just doing like a 3-step drop or something, just because you get in the habit of it, just kind of in your apartment or in my apartment or something. I'll just all of a sudden I'd be leaning backwards and just boom boom, it's just little stuff like that. And I miss it, but at the same time now instead of that, maybe working on tight end footwork, getting second foot in the ground or something like that. And I do miss it, and I've spent a lot of time probably 10 years going to quarterback coaches and just working on that craft over and over. And I thought maybe when I transitioned I would almost regret all those years, but I really don't, because in my mind I was always working towards a goal, and I think that was more important than anything else. Of the end result is just keep working towards something, and now I can take that mindset and put it towards tight end.
Heinrich, have you had a moment this spring, or maybe making a play at practice that have kind of reemphasized that you're doing the right thing?
Yeah, I think there's little things every day. I think there's a couple plays today, but I'm trying not to get too caught up in stuff like that. I want to just keep just keep moving forward. Just keep finding ways to get better, and every week, just trying to compartmentalize like what I need to work on this week because there's just so much stuff that it can become overwhelming. And so maybe this week it's working on getting away from man or working releases. Like it's just these little things every single week. And that's kind of what I was talking about with the quarterback stuff is like I have this process now, and now I just have to apply it to tight end.
Heinrich, has the coaches' support and trust in you in this transition to help validate your decision to move as well?
Absolutely. I mean, just having like a guy like Coach Holgerson who's seen so many guys, so many good players, tell me that he thinks he believes in me, and his actions backing that up. I mean, that helps so much. And like I said, like having Coach Sat, I mean, that's a guy that even if like I didn't know, like if I had no confidence in myself, I mean, that's someone that I would still try every day for. Just because, I mean, this is a special place, and just want to help contribute any way I can.
How was a guy like Luke Lindenmeyer helping your transition too?
Yeah, Luke Lindenmeyer. I mean, he's a guy that I've gotten closer to as I've transitioned. And with all of his experience, and he's very technical and knows. He's a leader in the room, knows all the stuff about tight end. And so, like, if I have a question about something that I don't know, like technique or maybe like a blocking scheme or something, or a weird look, like that's a guy that like I don't have to go to Sat, I can go to Luke. So I mean, having a guy like that that's a huge help.
The morning routine video. Whose idea was that, and how did you not get through some of those shots without laughing?
That was Warren, one of our guy in media, and that was his idea. And I don't know how I didn't get through, how I didn't laugh. I think you could kind of see it on my face, like when I'm like putting the banana peel on my face. Like it took a lot not to laugh, but he convinced me to come down and do it. So that was fun.
What was the reception?
I think the funniest one was Harper's reaction. She was very surprised that I was going to do a TikTok video.